I used to run a team of tailors, and I'm a tailor myself. We refused to accept the politics of the government. They tried to force us to take Bulgarian names, and we refused. Because of that, I was arrested on the 17th of March, 1989. I was detained by the police and security forces. Living conditions in prison were extremely harsh. There were often worms as big as this in the bread we had to eat. During the winter months, in February for instance, they often kept us for 15 or 20 hours in freezing cells. I had rheumatism, and they wanted to amputate my leg above the knee. I still have rheumatism. In the end, the chief of police realized that he couldn't keep me quiet, and he decided to give me a passport for Vienna, Austria.
Bana hemen Avusturya'ya, Viyana'ya bir pasaport çıkardılar. Şu şeyi kestim bak makineyi.
I cut the legs off my old Polish sewing machine and brought it with me like a suitcase, so I could go on doing my job, so I could earn a living and not starve.
Bunu valiz yaptım, kubar yaptım bak. Bunları burada yaptım. Valiz böyle götüreyim de Avusturya'da bu mesleği yapayım da aç kalmayayım diye.
When Ismail Bayraktar landed in Turkey in 1989 with his wife Kadriye and son Mohammed, all he had of value were an old sewing machine, and perhaps more important still, a fierce determination to rebuild his life. Today, 4 years later, Ismail and his family, part of a group of refugees thrown out of Bulgaria, have set up a small textile business. Its success is due above all to their courage and hard work, but in part also to the help they've received. Ibrahim Akayolu is part of a team of labor consultants set up by the Turkish government and the UN and UN Development Programme Office for Project Services, with a $10 million grant from the United States. The aim? To help hundreds of thousands of refugees who'd been left helpless to find work and integrate into Turkish society.
This place we call New Bosnia. Yeah, it's 90% of the people who live here are ethnic Balkan Turks, either from Bulgaria or Yugoslavia, Romania, and just like that. All these people are Bulgarian ethnic Turks. They are also co-owner of these machinery and equipment. They work as a group, as a team.
These people had lived for generations in Bulgaria. Despised and blamed for every ill, they were finally forced to cross the Turkish border in 1989. The new Bulgarian government has since repealed the discriminatory measures taken by the then communist regime, but nonetheless, over 200,000 Bulgarian refugees of Turkish origin decided to stay in Turkey. Like Ismail's son, 20-year-old Mohammed, the refugees all lived through hard times in Bulgaria.
He suffered quite a lot. He was tortured there and indeed beaten. His skin was full of wounds.
They wanted to keep my son on the pretext that he was the right age for military service. I hid him and brought him out of the country with me. We hid him in the middle of all our things, inside sacks which we'd made specially with zip fastenings. We piled them up and hid the zips, and we managed to get across the border.
Bir gün önceden biz hazırlandık, yani kamyonların içine girdik ve
One day he told us to get in the sacks on the truck. It was quite an ordeal, I can tell you. When we got to the border, the men and women were separated out. You can imagine it wasn't a pleasant experience hiding in the sacks. We were covered in sweat.
Aslında çuvala girdiğimizde o kadar tuhaf olduk ki ve ter, su.
Ibrahim has become both advisor and friend to many of these refugees, who clearly appreciate the chance the project's given them to start afresh.
Our project first asked the group to come together, and we checked the background of the group. And those who need some training, some vocational courses, we take them to courses for 6 months to become a stylist. And we monitored them for about a year, about how they progress, what do they need in marketing, what the law is telling them, commercial law. It is indeed a success story.
I did a design course. Of course, they've really helped me. I've learned a lot of things I didn't know, and I've been able to complete my training.
You're happy here? You're not worried about the future?
Of course I'm happy. I've forgotten the bad old days. I wouldn't like to leave here. We're used to the Turks now, and we're very happy.
Ibrahim tramps the back streets of Istanbul. Thousands of refugees thrown out of Bulgaria have been helped by the project, all over Turkey, and in all kinds of activities, from small industry to agriculture. Here in this joinery workshop, two families have joined forces, for better or worse.
Nasıl gidiyor işte? Merhaba. They are Bulgar, ethnic Turks. Actually, they were neighbors in Bulgaria, and they are neighbor here in Turkey also. They like each other very much. They are carpenters, so we bought this machinery for them. They are all co-owners of this machinery. Mutlu musunuz burada?
Çok mutluyuz.
We're very happy. We set up this business with help from the Turkish government and the United States. They gave us these brand new machines, which can do 5 or 6 different operations.
Buraya geldik, bize hepsini yeni ajanta verdi. Buna çok memnunum. Bir makinede 5-6 çeşit iş yapıldığını gördüm.
Tabii. Bu
How do you share out the profits?
Aranızda anlaşıyor musunuz iş gücü?
When it comes to money, we keep account of what's earned and what's spent, and we work out the profit, which we then share out between us.
There will be a closing ceremony tomorrow. Are those people going to attend the ceremony?
They are, hopefully. We want them to. Some of them really didn't want to leave their work because they have some orders they have to finish, but we invited several of them.
We feel optimistic about the future because wherever we go, people treat us well. We work hard, sometimes all night, right through till morning, and we're honest. We don't cheat and we don't lie. We're ready to die rather than cheat. We're not dishonest.
Ölmeye hazırız fakat yalan yapmaya hazır değiliz. İçimizde yalan, pislik yok.
We've already suffered a great deal. Every prisoner in the world ought to be allowed to live according to his conscience, or be allowed to go to a free country. He should not be forced to live oppressed as we were.
İsterlerse herhangi bir hür devlete gitsinler fakat baskı ve ezgi altında kalmasına bırakmayın ya.
Everyone should be free to speak his own language or practice his own religion, not subject to force, but according to his own conscience.
Hizmet edebilirler ama baskı ile değil, gönül razısı ile.